Hello everyone, welcome to part 6 module 1 computer networks. So what was our topic of discussion? So we were discussing the classification of computer networks by scale, by the area they are covering. Okay, one second. So the classification of computer networks by scale. So what are all the types we have is we started our discussion with the so-called personal area networks. Then we move on to the local area networks, that is next one, and metropolitan area network. So we already seen the personal area network and how it can be implemented, say using the Bluetooth technology, the local area network, that itself, the wired and the wireless, where Ethernet as an example for the wired LAN. So popular example for wired LAN IEEE 802.3, and either Wi-Fi as an example for the wireless LAN, the IEEE 802.11, and similarly for metropolitan area network, the cable TV. We got it as an example, and also the wireless variation, that is a WiMAX IEEE 802.16. So hope you remember all this, and then we started our discussion on wide area network. Okay, and we already seen what is this wide area network and how it is different from the other category. So this is the one that is extending to the so-called internet. Okay, so that about it. Now when it comes to wide area network, so some discussion we already taken in our part 5. So before watching this you have to see that, and now we are continuing our discussion on wide area network. Okay, so here you can see some variations of the wide area network. So you can either implement this wide area network using a virtual private network, something we already seen in some previous session, or you can implement it using the so-called internet service provider network, ISP. Okay, so you are all of you are familiar with the ISPs, right? So from where you are taking that net connection. Now first let's see something about the wide area network implementation using a virtual private network. So before moving on to that, let me okay, so before seeing that slide, first let me give you an overview. So what does this virtual private network mean? You know, like the same example we taken already. Suppose an organization is being spread across multiple geographical locations. Okay, so this is one branch office, and this is say another branch office, and this is a third branch office. Okay, the three different branches of the same organization, and they are located at three different places, just like the example say in a particular at very remote locations. Okay, so it's maybe in India, one is in New Delhi, another in Chennai, and another in say Trivandrum, something like that. So at different location, and we know we already have this so-called internet, that is the public network, the popular one. Now what will we want is actually, so for this organization, you know, there will be a number of machines being connected, and depending on the size, it can be a local area network setup for this particular branch, or it could be depending on size of the LAN branch itself. If it is spread over a more area, it can be a metropolitan area network even. Okay, many LANs even connected. So this could be one LAN, this could be another LAN, together we have a kind of MAN. Okay, or simply it can be a local area network, whatever it is. It can be another line simply. Okay, now the thing is that so it is located at three different places, right? Say New Delhi, Chennai, and Trivandrum. Okay, so now through the public network that is available, the existing one, we have to make our private communication possible, in the sense, even though we are depending on the public network, the communication should provide some kind of secrecy in such a way that whenever this particular person is trying to communicate with this one, or this one is communicated with trying to communicate with this one, so definitely we will be making some in between many routers, through them some kind of connection will be established. But in addition to that, we want a kind of secrecy that from the public network over which you are making this the so-called private link, and you have to ensure that the communication that is being happening from here to here through the intermediate router. This should not, it should be confidential, in the sense it should not be here, it should be hidden from the rest of the network, okay, something like that. So this is one way. So what we can do is, the organization itself can put some effort for that, so they can create something called, so one simple option is, you can come up with the, so let me erase it, the way I'm writing, even I too find difficult to read, okay. So our example is like, so this is one branch, say this is another branch located at different location, this is the third one. So one thing that you can do is, you can have a permanent connection between the machines, just like from this machine to this machine on dedicated permanent connection. Say for a different communication another dedicated connection, it is possible, but the thing is that, so that many resources you have to put, right? So depending on the geographical location, if it is situated in a very far away from this branch office, definitely that many resources you have to dedicate just for your communication. So that is something not a good idea, because it is a very costly solution. If the distance between the locations is small enough, we can try for that, we can have a permanent leased line for that, but in normal case that is not possible, okay. And no, definitely it's a very costly solution. And what about the resources you are dedicating for this communication? It may not be used properly also, that is another thing that you have to note down. May not be used properly in the sense, sometimes there will be some kind of communication, but what about the resources which are permanently dedicated in the rest of the time? If it is fully utilized, then it is a good thing, but mostly we will not be able to utilize it fully. So what we will do is, instead of having a permanent connection like this, we will make a virtual connection, okay. So virtual connection, so we have the so-called virtual private network protocol. There are some systematic way for doing it. For the time being, you understand that this is not a permanent connection. So just before they want to communicate each other, some kind of virtual connection will be established, and this will ensure, so this is something like a tunnel, okay, a tunnel over the public network we are having. So tunnel in the sense, you can freely communicate over this tunnel, and that will protect you from the outside world also, okay. And this is something, it will give you the feel of a physical permanent connection, but actually it is not permanent, in the sense immediately after the communication this will be disconnected, okay. So how this is set up, and how the communication is happening, and how the disconnection is happening, all those things we have systematic protocols and methodologies, and that we are not covering. So just as even virtual private network, that it is not explicitly mentioned in your syllabus also. So if you are more interested, you can see how this is done actually, okay. But just you have to know what is virtual private network. For that purpose only I am explaining here. So so we are using some other term also. So normally the public network we can call as an internet, right? Internet. Now within an organization, a particular branch of the organization, the people will be communicating each other, right? Maybe bus or star, some kind of communication method using the LAN protocol or the MAN protocol, okay. Normally you can think it's a branch only, right? A LAN protocol, okay. And we call it as intranet, okay. So it is not internet, intranet in the sense communication is within the people inside that LAN. Now the same thing, intranet concept you are extending, like means now the three branches can communicate each other with a feel that they are a single one, okay. So that is actually achieved with the help of the so-called virtual private network. Now together this communication, which is something kind of tunneling, that is separated from the actual internet. Internet is a big concept, okay. The entire network concept, that is what we call as internet. Intranet is something very local to a particular branch, something, and that itself we are trying to extend over the internet, and that resultant network is sometimes called extranet, okay. Anyway, this is something I didn't see this kind of a definition in that textbook which is given for you, but I got it from some other source. But anyway, I find it good terminology. You can remember this. Okay, extranet. So VPN is trying to build an extranet actually. The intranet, extranet, internet. Hope these three terminologies are clear for you. Okay, and the concept of VPN also. And at this point I just want to add one more concept, so let me erase it. Virtual LAN. Anyway, these things are not explicitly given in your syllabus, but when you are studying this computer network, this terminology you will be getting a different point, and at that time you should not get a confusion. I am just giving just a brief introduction only, not in detail, but just I thought of telling you what is this so-called virtual LAN, virtual private network. Okay, both are different terminology only. So in virtual LAN, what is happening is in the LAN itself you are dividing further. Okay, for example, if you are looking at the CET, College of Engineering Trivandrum, we have our own internal network, right? And so let it be a single LAN, okay, single physical LAN. But if you are making the entire campus under a single LAN, the difficulty is like if you are looking at a particular department, computer science department, the electronics and communication department, the civil engineering department, and this department also wants some kind of privacy. There should be some communication that they want to happen inside that department. Okay, so like that. So what we are going to do is physically we have a single LAN, that's spread across the entire campus. Okay, and virtually we divide that LAN into that single LAN itself we divided, and for when the computer science department is looking, and they are getting the feel that this is a single LAN for them, and they can have communication, means ignoring the rest of the LAN, in the sense the other departments and all, they can have their own personal communication. So this concept is actually what we call as virtual LAN, and means what we will do when we are doing the configuration of a single LAN, we divide that into different small LANs virtually in the sense it is not a permanent setup and permanent physical cable switch. Those things were common. Okay, and so here we are getting actually an illusion, but we are getting the same feel of a LAN. So this is a virtual LAN, and this is another virtual LAN, this is another virtual LAN for this department, in that way. And even sometimes these head of the departments, all the departments want to communicate each other, and in that case also, as it is virtually created, right, it is not a physical setup. So at any time, by controlling the protocol, by slightly modifying the commands and all in the software part, you can change your LAN configuration. Like so for the time being, if you are seeing our college LAN, you can see something like that. So they configured in a particular way, but it is something flexible in the sense in future a new department is coming, we can simply add it into this, and something is not existing, we can remove it and we can extend the size. Everything is possible, but you should know that configuration in detail, the commands we are using, everything. But I'm just trying to give an overview of this concept. If someone is asking you what is virtual LAN, you should be able to get a view like this. Okay, and together if this all HODs wants to communicate each other, we can set up a virtual LAN between the department heads. That is also possible, so that all those communication will be spreading around the. So that is the idea. If you want to see this in detail, maybe in your practical sessions you will be getting an overview. But anyway, from the syllabus point of view, things are not given this much. And they are not highlighting these terms. So why I thought of explaining that at this point is because it is something looking like virtual private network, this virtual LAN. So you should not be confused. Okay. So anyway, that new terms we I discussed at this point were intranet, extranet, and internet. So this you should have a clarity. So this is something private to a single branch, and when it is spread across multiple location, you can think of this, and finally this so-called internet. Okay, I think we will continue. So in between I discuss something, so let it be, let me finish it, and the rest I will record as a different video. Okay, thank you.